Hi, my name's Kai. I wanted to elaborate a little bit on some parts of my artist timeline video while showing you some more drawings I got done. It's not too dark, but it's a story. Here we go. Although I wouldn't really enjoy looking back on high school, I wouldn't deny it was the most mentally challenging part of my life. It was actually harder than community college. Both of them had people in charge that had no idea what they were doing at all, but high school was definitely more of a pain than college. My mind was in the gutter, but I just kept going with whatever assignments were thrown at me, trying to keep myself busy. One time I completed a PowerPoint class before anyone else, and after showing the teacher, she recorded my grade and told me I could do whatever I wanted until class ended. This guy near me noticed me done first and said, "You're pretty fast for a girl. You know you're supposed to cite things, right?" And tried to explain the entire assignment as if it already wasn't written in plain text on the whiteboard. I shoved my laptop in front of his face, opened it to the PowerPoint, and went through every single slide, saying, "Does this look done to you?" while his jaw dropped. I took my laptop back and spent the rest of that period on cool math games. This same class is when I had to perform Hedwig's theme to Ocarina during a reading game we made up and reject someone asking me to homecoming in front of everyone, even though he kept persisting, naming every single restaurant he could think of. He wasn't the only person who asked me out to one of the school dances. My sister went to prom and had fun, but I think it's just a waste of money, mostly because no one would cash me dead in a dress. I didn't really have anyone to go with or the cash, so I didn't go to any school dance at all, not like I was interested. Some proposals I saw were too flashy and extra. There was probably more money spent on those than the event itself. There was this contest that the best prom proposal will get free tickets, and the winner rolled down a giant banner from the second-story balcony with 1,500 rose petals. I saw some others a few years ago that had their date go on scavenger hunts across campus, and there would just be more and more people following them and trying to record everything. Looking at the pictures of everyone compacted together on the Queen Mary with no room to breathe, I'm glad I didn't attend. During senior year, I had a photography class first thing in the morning, and the teacher didn't really reinforce everyone working. Not everyone had their own camera like I did, so they couldn't really work the entire class even if they wanted to. I did learn about photography, and that class was one major reason I wanted to do photography in the future, but on a lot of the assignments that were meant to teach you stuff about how the camera worked, I turned in other photos instead, like Halloween and trips I was on. He accepted those as well, and there was this one photo that had nothing to do with the assignment he had us do at the time, but he liked it so much that we spent the entire class making it look perfect. I'm pretty proud of it, and to this day I haven't been able to take anything like it. I mentioned in the last video that I thought I was hopeless with crushes. No one really liked me, and I was only thought of as that weird kid with the loud laugh. But I did have a crush on someone in my middle school friend group for almost 10 years. I wasn't comfortable with physical contact at all until I met them, and thanks to our time together, now I crave it. When we had PE class together, they refused to leave the pool until they could see that I could float on my back without their arms under me, even though we were the last two left in the pool. We didn't have the same class, but we had the same time together, so we always met up every morning before our teachers picked us up. When I got kicked out of school, they helped me back up, and knowing I wanted to see them again more than anything in that moment, they changed their profile picture to their face and tagged me in it mid-conversation. They did ask me out on one date, and that was our first and only one. It was also the first time I saw them since I got kicked out, so we caught up quite a bit, and I had fun walking from store to store and having pizza for lunch. With tears in my eyes and their hands in mine, I confessed to them, and after they told me we were better off as friends, I just accepted that maybe finding someone wasn't going to happen. They also told me that they didn't consider it to be that important, and this brought me down from whatever weird fantasy that I had. I calmed down for the rest of high school, and thoughts of them and their words kept me above water, especially during my junior year. And when I saw them again by some miracle on my first day of community college and found out that it was in fact them, I fainted on the spot. I didn't know how long I was out, but I woke up to them interlocking fingers with me alone in the hallway and late to class, but we talked for a bit more that day and continued to see each other twice a week. One day they had to tell me they had to move away because it was for a better place to live in a better college. I wrote down everything I ever wanted to say to them in a letter, gave it to them, and that last day I cried in front of them again as they hugged me. I haven't seen them since, and they've been chronically offline. They never really had that much of an online life. It was the longest crush in my life, and it felt so soft. Every crush I've had since then was fruitless or was a completely lost cause before it even happened. Looking back on them, I had no regrets. We were separated for a long time when our middle school group fell apart, but they were the only one left who was actually my friend. I miss them, but we've had our time. They're doing much better now, and I'm happy for them. Since the majority of my life has been online, I've had a few online friends and consider them just as real as anyone would have an in real life friend. I even have an online friend that's been there for the past 7 or so years of my life, and I still talk to her today, sending her every drawing I would make. I've had a lot of online friends and acquaintances that came and went, but my current online friends have been the biggest help in getting my self-esteem back up and just putting my mind at peace for the past year. Almost every day we would play Overwatch together, and I was their main mercy. We weren't grandmasters or anything, but we always had fun whether we aimed to be better or not. They got me a headset and mouse mat so I can play better, and some nights I'll be super loud and my family will complain a lot, but I didn't care. I had a blast. I'm just happy that my friends appreciate me, even though I'm not really that good at killing and die really often. Getting a healing card at the end always makes me smile. Outside of playing matches with them, they appreciate my company over voice calls, and those will last for hours. I never had to show them my face, so I felt super comfortable with them. I was insecure about my voice as well when I first got the headset working, but they never commented on it. Having it be over the internet takes a ton of pressure off of whatever I was bullied for in real life. Whenever I wasn't playing with them, it'll be drawing for them. Pretty much this entire year was doing stuff with them and for them. Even though I haven't met them, they're irreplaceable, just like the few in real life friends I have right now. I get envious sometimes when there's my sister and her friends right there with her while I have to go through some kind of device, but my friends have been just as real, loving, and important. So to those friends, thank you all so much. I love you all and can never appreciate you enough. And that's about it. I hope those were nicer stories to go through relatively. Thank you if you made it to the end. Bye.